Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Asawami. I tell movies, movie recommendations, and I tell story. If you are returning, have fun. Thank you so much for coming back. So today episode of movie review, I will be reviewing this movie titled Roses and Ivy. This movie was directed by the Biodun Steven. Yes, I know. Biodun is a great director, right? Yes, I love her too. So last year, December, this movie was released. I did a review on my TikTok and it did numbers. I was so glad. And I know I should have dropped a movie review on my YouTube, but then it's festive period now. I need to enjoy myself. But then we are back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. Please, 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 please. Thank you. So this movie is a story of two sisters, the older and the younger, that love themselves and can do anything for themselves. We weren't told anything about their mother, but yeah, their father was present in their life till the very moment that he had stroke. So now he had stroke now, so nobody is caring for the family. Ivy have to step up. That's where the issue comes. Ivy is the older sister. She step up. She love her sister so much. She can do anything for her sister, according to the movie. Their father loved them so much, but what can a man with a stroke do? Nothing. Exactly. The story continues when Ivy wrote SSCE and she was about to write JAM. That was when the father had stroke. She couldn't go, and she started making zobo. She started making a living for the family. She sacrificed herself. She decided to be the mother figure and decided to be there for our family. Rose is, on the other hand, the younger sister, spoiled, and she's just living her life. We only live once kind of thing. Yes. Rose is spoiled and is loved by her family, so we can't really blame her. That's how she grew up. That's how she turned out to be. So they finished secondary school, and unfortunately for Ivy, she has been writing post TME. No school picked her until she was able to enter uni with her sister. Remember that she's older than her sister, and she left secondary school long while before her sister, but then they gained admission together. They were in school. Meanwhile, I left out Larry. Larry is this guy that is friends with these two girls from secondary school. Larry got admission to study abroad, so he traveled outside the country when Ivy couldn't go to university. Okay, so fast forward to so many years later, back in uni, Rose met Larry at an eatery where Ivy is supposed to be, but because Rose is drunk and couldn't go for her exam, and her sister went instead of Rose, so Rose went to the eatery instead of her sister. She met Larry, they kicked it, and they started dating. When Rose came back, she told her sister about Larry. Ivy was not happy because she loved Larry. Please note that she and Larry never had anything in the past. They were just friends. Larry is friends with the two girls, and they are grown now. You can decide, oh, this is who I like. Ivy, on the other hand, didn't even object, like, no, you can't date Larry. I love Larry first. She didn't even say anything to her sister. So after uni, Roses had I think second class lower. Ivy had 2-1. She's supposed to get a job and live a fine life, but no, life happens. She's there struggling, going from one interview to another. She didn't have a stable relationship. She was just facing trials and tribulation. Roses, on the other hand, was able to forward her education with the help of her boyfriend Larry. She went abroad to study. She came back with a good job. She got engaged, she got married, and she settled down. Ivy is still struggling. Ivy is still going from interview to another. Fast forward to where 3 years later, Rose is married and they want to try a child, but that's when the issue came in. Roses couldn't give birth. She tried all the other options, and honestly, she didn't try all the options because there's literally surrogacy. Okay, there's IVF, there's a lot of things. I don't even think they tried IVF, honestly. But then that's not the last option, but they made it look like the last option. So she was like, oh, if anybody is going to carry my child, let it be my sister. That's like the most absurd thing to do. Your sister should have husband. Your sister should sleep with your husband and have a child for you. She almost go crazy, and her sister was like, you know what, I'll do just that for you because there's nothing that I can't do for you, right? She decided to carry her sister's baby, and from there she cheated with Larry on her sister. Her sister caught them, she got mad, and she left the house. When Ivy delivered the baby died. A lot of situation, a lot of things happened. Roses got into an accident. They were looking for her, they couldn't find her. At the end of the day, her sister found her, went to her for forgiveness. They went to one sort of therapist, and they tried to talk things out. But honestly, I didn't think that Rose really forgave her sister. But yeah, overall, this movie is a 10 of 10 for me. What are the things that went wrong? A lot of things went wrong, okay, but every other thing worked for me. So I'm just going to be discussing things that went wrong and some of the comments that I got on TikTok. So one of the things that went wrong is like the father. Being a father figure in the life of your children, I think you should constantly remind them that you're my child. I mean, everybody is there blaming Rose. I can't even blame Rose. They made her that way. She grew up exactly that way. They spoiled her. You can't raise a child and in a certain way, and when they are grown you expect them to be in a certain way. They will be in the way that you raised them. Even the Bible says, train up your child in the way you should go. When he grew up, he will not depart from it. Roses was not brought up in the way she should go. They pampered her, they spoiled her. So what were they expecting? She wasn't raised to sacrifice anything for people. She wasn't raised to put people before her. She put herself first, and that is what Ivy couldn't do. Ivy did not put herself first, and this stigma of the first child, they have to carry responsibility. In which land though? Maybe Igbo land. Honestly, I'm so glad that Yoruba people don't even do. No, because you are the first child, you have to carry all the responsibility on your head. I feel like that belongs to the Igbo part of the country, because the first child in Igbo, especially the first daughter, oh my god. I have Igbo friends that are like first daughter and all, and I have Igbo first son as well. The load is just too much. The load is too much. Igbo, these are one of the reasons that people go into ritualism and Yahoo, internet scamming and all of those things. The pressure is too much. Learn how to put yourself first, and as a parent, learn how to tell your children to put themselves first. A child that is not capable of feeding him or herself would not feed a parent. Let them know. Do not put pressure on them like, oh, you have to take care of me, you are my child. They are aware that they are your children, but they have to be very okay. My mom always said that if you are not filled enough, if you're not buoyant financially, you wouldn't come to her and say, mommy, this is what I get for you. And today is still working, because if I don't have money in excess, I can't call home and say, oh mommy, I want to give you money. That's how life should be. So Roses do not have any fault, because that's how she's raised. So you people should go and chill. You people should not kill this girl. It's not her fault. Blame her family. They raised her that way. If you think that, oh, as an adult you should know what to do, you should know what to do. If they don't train you to know what to do, you will never know what to do. And Ivy took it too far, because she needs to know that life happens. Just because you are this intelligent student, you are this, you have all straight A's, doesn't mean that life don't happen to people. Everybody's fate is different. Everybody's destiny is different. You can't keep comparing your destiny to another person's destiny. You can't always feel cheated because someone is doing better than you. Do you know the sacrifices they have? Do you know what they've been through? You don't even know. Yes, I know he's her sister and she thinks she knows a lot about her sister, but her sister still sacrificed. She went outside to study. It's not like those things just came as free of charge. She met a man that she loved. I don't know what the feast is all about. So one of the comments is saying that they learned patience, and also This person said, I learned patience and I also learned that life is all about luck and not hard work. Like I said earlier, guys. And be careful of the kind of help you render to people. And lastly, a bond broken cannot be fixed. Can they remain sister again? Never. They can never be the same again. That what happened is not something that you can just overlook. What? She can't even forgive her husband enough to go back to that marriage. So yeah, if you think that, oh, she's her sister, that's the only thing they've got. If it is you, will you forgive like that? Of course, you just tell your sister, you know what, I've let go, but you can never sister the way you sistered before. Another person said, moral lesson, always learn to be patient. Don't rush things. Wait for God's own time. Even till with the end of the movie, they didn't tell us that Ivy eventually found a man that she fell in love with. She's just living the usual life, you know, a life that she's supposed to just focus on her life. In fact, she made a mistake by trying to carry the child for her sister. Who does that? Literally, you gave birth to that child. Literally, you are the biological mother of that child. To your sister's husband, there's no how they want to say this thing. It is wrong in all shades of wrong. Another person said, life isn't fair to Ivy. I learned that the hard work doesn't guarantee a better life, and that's a fact. Just because you are hardworking, just because you are striving, doesn't mean you will make it in life. Sometimes you might not make it. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Have you seen a lot of hardworking men out there? They don't even have a land to their name. A lot of them are still struggling. So what makes you think hard work is success? Yes, hard work is one of it, but I feel like our faith determines it. Then if you now work hard, maybe just ask for God's blessings. I feel like number one is ask for God's guidance and God's blessing. Because if not, the builder will build in vain. So put God first. Another person, I have a whole lot of comments here. I will not be able to read everything because I don't want this video to be too long. So another person, they were just saying that, oh, they are on the side of Ivy. Ivy is supposed to show Rose pepper. You people should be for real. Oh, what pepper? Ha. After everything she did to her sister, both of them need to apologize to themselves. I mean, Rose was crazy. How can you ask your sister to carry your child because you are desperate? You don't know what to do. Even the husband at a point was telling her we can adopt a child. She said no, she wants a child of her own. Obviously, you can't give birth. And that last thing that they told us that she gave birth to twins, and they're in Nollywood. Not all life ends with happy ending. It's okay if there's no happy ending. We are in real life. We've gone outside to touch grass. We know how it is. A lot of people die wretched. A lot of people die trying. It's not everybody that will have that soft life. It's not everybody that will have everything they hope for. The same way, it's not everybody that will go to school. Some people will still sell tomato. Even people that went to school still end up selling tomato, riding bicycles. So what are we talking about? This person said it is, she highly recommend it, especially for sisters who don't know how to put themselves first, and this is a fact. Please learn how to put yourself first. I think the major moral of this movie is to just learn how to put yourself first. You know, you come first though. If you die, you die. There's a word that they say, if you didn't dare, you didn't dare. Even those people that pressure you, if you're unable to provide today, they turn their back against you. In case you don't know, that's real life. It teaches us to be patient and trust God to fight for us. I honestly don't know who this person is trying to say God fight for us, because is it Ivy? It's not like anything is wrong with her. Why would God fight for her? Is it Rose? Why would God even fight for her? Because she caused almost 60% of this issue. Why would you tell your sister to carry your child? Anyways, this person said there should be a part 2 or season 2 for this. It's not necessary. Like I used to say, a season of the movie, it's okay. 4 parts of the movie, it's okay. 1 part of the movie is okay. The main thing is get your message across. If you see Achiabii 2 now, you see that There's nothing to write home about. So please, we should just leave it at that season 1. Thank you and God bless you. This person said, I feel for Ivy. She went through a lot. She made herself go through a lot, honestly. I have an older sister and we are just 2 girls. Please, I don't even want to go into that. My sister, she comes first. She put herself first. Even me itself, I put myself first. And this doesn't mean that we don't sacrifice for our family. We do. We do. Knowingly and unknowingly, there are a lot of sacrifices we make for our family. But the one that will hurt us, hurt you, and hurt the person that you're trying to sacrifice for, no, please don't do it. No. And people were asking where they can watch this movie. It's on Prime. It's on Prime Nigeria. You can see it there. This person said a desperate act can lead to reckless decisions, ruining relationship, and one's head promise. Such a masterpiece. This movie is actually a masterpiece. If I keep going on and on and on and on, this is a lot of comments. The comments are so much, and I won't be able to just finish them, but that's all. Oh, I have one more comment here. The movie is lit. Ivy gave up so much. Always the perfect child sister till she snapped. What made her snap? Rose, on the other hand, she took so much from her sister. Like what and what and what? She enjoyed life, and I think she felt comfortable with what Ivy was. Oh, first of all, she got Ivy a job. I know you people will say, okay, of all job is a teaching job. Even me, when I saw the movie, I was like, of all job, you got your sister a teaching job. But you know the saying, they say you should not feel entitled, but it's your family. If you don't feel entitled with your family, who else? But the main point is she got a good job, enough to have a house and enough to own a car. Ivy owned a car, not just any small car. She owned a Jeep. That means she has a good job. Did you see her home? It's a good home. The only thing she doesn't have is just a man to love and care for her. That's the difference. Rosie is working in a great company because she, you guys, she made sacrifice for her education. Oh God, we are not even going to talk about that. The more we talk about this, we kept going on and on and on to blame one party and leave one party out. They are both at fault. Okay, Rosie did not take anything from her sister. Her sister and the father made her who she is. They pampered her. They spoiled her too much. They made her see reason. What's that English? I don't think they made her realize that she too is supposed to sacrifice anything. They don't make her feel accountable for anything. So how is she going to feel accountable for anything in the first place? Anyways, that's not got the power, because this movie is actually very deep, and I am not blaming or siding anybody. The bottom line is they are both at fault, and this movie is a very, very great watch. If you want to see it, it's streaming on Prime. That brings us to the end of my movie review today. I hope you love it, because I do. I do. Yes, I enjoyed it. I beg. And I'm sure you will too. Let me know in the comments what you think about this movie, if you have seen it. If you have not, just go and see it and let me know what you think. So make a choice, be good out there, and take care of yourself, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you in my next movie review. Bye.